Damn, I've been in here. Okay, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hey, Cali Blue. So I'm at work and I get a message that they was over there talking about what happened Saturday, and I just go and I'm listening or whatever. It seemed like a little light drag or whatever, so I just dropped and Isha had said something like, Toya said something about, and I was like, no, I didn't say that. I said it's a cleaning rag or whatever. And so I dropped down, and then TT, she was going through the live with Brandon. And then she had said, well, Toya, I got to address this. Woo, woo, woo. I heard you was running my name or you was expressing your grievances about what happened on my panel to other people. Now, immediately when she said that, I'm trying to think, when was there a time that I was talking about TT on panel? I can't recall none. I can't recall none. And I ain't really been like Saturday, I got fucked up, but I ain't really been drinking like that to be forgetting what the fuck happened. So I'm like, I don't I don't remember. You don't caught me off guard with that. But I'm here to try to figure out what you're talking about. She said something about uh a respectable source that heard me on panel expressing my grievances. Where was I at? Where was I at? She said I was with Max. Now, I can't recall a time that I have ever hit Max panel since I've been on YouTube. Now I might drop down in her chat, and I remember one time since she had this new page, her and Chanel was over there talking about the pink lady, and y'all know I ain't fucking with the pink lady, so yeah, I dropped down or whatever, and I can't remember if they brought it up, but I know I didn't hit Max link at all. I don't recall hitting her link and sitting up there talking to her and Chanel about nothing. Uh, so I don't do that. So running to three links expressing my grievances about you, no. I told you to your face on your panel I was gonna chill on coming over there. I told you that. Why would I say I'm a chill on coming over here? Obviously, it was something that happened that I didn't like. You know what I mean? Hey, AZ King. Obviously, it was something that happened over there that I didn't like, and I didn't like how you was trying to justify or minimize my kids being on some woman's panel that I don't know. I didn't like that. Oh, that's how I go on YouTube. Uh, no, that's not how I go. I done got into it with plenty of people. I ain't post their kids on my page. So yeah, that's the part I didn't like. And I don't think I got on anybody's panel and said that. I just don't recall. Now, I do recall having a conversation with a subscriber about it. I do recall that it was some people on the head panel one time talking about it. Um, Whenever somebody was trying to get me to hit a link and regurgitate what happened on TT's panel, I didn't want to talk about it. So I'm trying to figure out if it's a receipt out there of me on panel talking about some shit with TT, or like let me know how that shit came about. Cause I don't remember. But she's saying it happened, and I wanna, I wanna, like, I don't wanna discredit you and say, nah, that shit didn't happen. Nah, I remember I was talking to a subscriber on Instagram about that exact situation. I wasn't on panel. I didn't go to no panel saying TT let them jump me. No, my only grievance was that you was trying to minimize. the fact that my kids was on her page, and you still doing it today. That's what I didn't like. And to me, when you did that, that just screamed to me, oh yeah, you team me. Hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Who was that? Who? It was somebody. I think on one thing I said, I'm learning like who fuck with who, you know what I mean? Who ride with who. I said that. Yeah, I'm learning who ride with who rock with who, you know what I mean? That's one reason why I ain't going over there, to TT's no more because I see, and that's just speaking on your audience. Like I know your whole audience is the pink people. So when I drop down over there, like yeah, they. But the reason I ain't never really went on no panel and said I ain't going over there because she let me get jumped. No, I just understand now different dynamics of who rock with who. In some places, like I probably shouldn't even be at. Even the shit that happened with Big Reed this weekend. Uh, Now I know I can't go over there neither. Shit. But so when everything transpired that day on her panel, I told her it was just me and her on the panel, and I said, you know what? I think I'm just gonna chill on coming over here. Like I fuck with you too, answer me. But yeah, I said I'm just gonna chill on coming over here because I felt like I didn't like that she was minimizing the fact that my kids was on the panel and minimizing like even today she's saying, oh well you said she needed a or whatever, she needed a bullet or whatever. And her response was no. My response was um what I said. That was my response to her putting my kids on her page. But you got the confused about what happened. And you asked us to hit the panel because you didn't understand why we were still going when you thought everything had died down. And she hit the link and was saying, well, she was saying that I needed a bullet in my head, da 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 this. Well, she was saying that I said something else that I did not say. But that's not why we was where we was at. And I couldn't really explain for real. Cali Blue, just don't even, just, Mahia is cool. You know what I mean? Everything else, like, if you start venturing out, it seems like sometimes people just look for stuff to try to have an issue with you with because I had already said what I said that day. So why is coming back up today? Like, Toya, you shouldn't have you went to express your grievances somewhere else and didn't tell me. I told you first. I told you first that day and didn't say nothing to nobody for a while. Cause it really fucked me up that shit happened like it did, and it really fucked me up. If you watch the replay, I kept saying, TT, I know you realer than that. I know you realer than that, man. I thought that's what it was fucking me up. What was happening on your panel? Y'all can call me slow. Y'all can say whatever you want to about me, bro, because I don't get the shaking and baking that y'all be doing on this app for real. But I be cool and in support of what the fuck y'all got going on until I realize that this ain't where I need to be at. This ain't where I need to be at. And with you, since you asking, TT, what my grievances was, I told you that day I didn't like it. I didn't like it. And for whatever reason, we didn't get to go into detail because while other people kept going in, jumping on the phone, jumping on the live and saying whatever they had to say or whatever, talking over me. And then at the end, you just ended the live, and me and Monata, my watch, was stuck up there. And then we both just hung up. So no, I didn't never have another opportunity to be like, TT, why would I come to you after that? After all that and be like, well, TT, this is why I'm not fucking with you no more. This is why. Let me just go ahead and break it down to you. So in the future, if somebody asks me, girl, nah, I don't operate like that. I told you to your face that day on the panel, I will not be coming back over here. And I'm not saying that to be like one monkey gonna stop your show. You TT, you have a good show over there. I like what you and Isha got going on. But when it comes to me dropping down and doing all that shit, I know I'm not welcome. And I didn't feel like I didn't feel like you were who I thought you was by the things that you were saying on that panel trying to justify the bullshit that they had going on. Because even you said you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do what they was doing. You said that that day. You said that that day. I wouldn't do the things that they doing. Nah, the crime don't fit the punishment. But then you would go back and say, well, this is YouTube. There you go. Like, how you gonna say that you wouldn't do it, but then say, well, that's just how? No, that's not how it goes. But yeah, but I ain't never hit the panel and been like, yeah, well, TT let this happen, and what, and whoa. I really chilled on hitting panels after that. I really chilled on hitting panels because I see how you can really get caught up in a tornado, and then here we go again. Full circle moment. I tried to hit your panel to clarify something else, and now here we go back to this shit. I tried to hit your panel just to clarify the shit with Dirty Dan and what happened Saturday and all that shit, because I know that's what comes with the territory. Like, people gonna talk about what happened Saturday. That was some wild ass shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, easy. I know. So yeah, people gonna talk about what's going on, woo woo woo. And when they said I needed to go over there to TT's, I listened for a little bit to see how it was going. Because if TT was dragging, nah, I'm not gonna drop down in her chat and try to defend myself against her good dragging ass. No, but I heard the conversation, and Isha had said something that I didn't say. So I was like, okay, let me just clarify that. You know, let me. I don't talk about them. Yeah, I don't talk about y'all. I don't sit there. Huh? How you doing? Where you been? No, it's been a long time. Where you been, brother? Where did you go? You went back to Africa? Oh, I'm here then, no. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you. Yeah, long time. Good to see you, sister. No? It's good to see you too. Yeah. Yeah, man. All right. Well, you take it easy. All right. Don't laugh at me. But yeah, man, like, I don't really be on the I want to drag bitches. I want to talk shit about hoes. I want to talk about your kids. I be trying to get y'all this work, this knowledge, put some fat on your brain. That's what I be trying to do. And sometimes I get fucked up and get off track. It happens sometimes. Do I be walking around drunk every goddamn day? Hell no. But and then she was like, "You got selective memory." I got selective memory with what? If you jog my memory about what I said on panel, then I could tell you, oh yeah, I could tell you exactly why I said what I said or whatever. But you can't never say I didn't tell you first. I told you on your panel. Why you expressing your grievances somewhere else and you didn't tell me? I told you that day. I told you that day. And now that you're asking me today, I can go in detail because we sitting here on a panel. It's just me, you, and Isha in a calm setting. But you trying to tell me what you think or what you think you remember happening when it didn't happen like that, TP. That's not what happened was you was asking how did we get started back up that day from that point on your panel. You was like, how did you and not on my watch get started back up? Because I thought that shit was over. Not on my watch at the panel saying that the night before I said uh she that I was gonna do something to her. And I didn't say that. I didn't say I was gonna do anything to her. But she hit the panel and was like, you didn't say that? You didn't say that? No, I did not say that. When she played the recording, it what was said was she need a bullet in her head for putting my kids on her wall with them with along with that. But I didn't say I was gonna do it. So when she played it, that's why I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So she was like, "Well, come do it then." But I was responding to another grown, older, elderly woman posting pictures of my kids on her page. I was responding to that. I never said I was going to personally do nothing to this lady. Was I mad about my kids being on her page? Hell the fuck yeah. But you had came in and was like, "How did we get back here? How did we get back to you and Not on my? I thought y'all had cooled down. Woo, woo, woo. You dropped the link. Me and Not on my watch and the pink lady hit the damn link and start trying to break it down. But they was doing most of the talking about how bad of a mother I was and all that shit. And we kept trying to go back. Yes, she did play the recording or whatever, but yeah, I wasn't really arguing. I wasn't trying to argue with them. I was just telling the truth about what happened. And by you trying to justify the shit, that's why I was like, how you gonna justify them in they wrong, TT? I know you cool with them or whatever, but what they did don't fit the punishment, don't fit the crime. And I was only responding on China's panel to what was already being done to me. And you kept on trying to make it seem like, oh well, you laughed at what happened on KJ panel. So if it's up between us, then if you do something, then you can't tell nobody how to respond. That was kind of like your attitude about it. And I was just like, well, I fuck with you, TT, but I just want to be back over here. That was, and I said it when they was over there. I can't remember. It was Mahaya, Coolin, 88, somebody else. They was all on my head panel. And I don't know if it was right after that shit happened. It might have been right after it because I was after your live ended, I kind of was just surfing around to like see like what people were saying. And I heard them talking about it. And I just was like, man, you know what? I'm not even gonna entertain that. I'm not gonna entertain that today. I got off of YouTube because that shit is draining. That what had happened those days leading up to your live was fucking draining. And I left the shit alone completely. I left it alone. I didn't say nothing about none of that shit. Did I hear conversations? And maybe I could have been in a chat and said, I don't even I can't even fully commit to saying that I said that. The only reason why I'm saying it's a possibility is because it's you, TT. That's the only thing that caught me off guard is because you saying you heard that I was on panel talking about me and before any of that shit happened, I trust when you said you heard something. You get what I'm saying? So if you saying you heard me, can you play the recording or did she play a recording of me saying down talking her or when was it? You know what I mean? Now here recently, I done hit a couple of panels, and I think even on my live, I said I'm learning like who people are and woo woo woo, and that's why I'm not hitting panels like that or going to certain pages. But even with that being said, I told you first. So where the attackery came in today, like you said this and why you wouldn't express your grievances over here, I did. So I don't know what else y'all want me to say. Like I said, I ain't no run tell that ass bitch. If I want to talk about some shit that's going on YouTube, and even around that time when shit was going on that shit was happening back to back, I called Sco. It was a subscriber that hit me up and was like, "Yeah, I didn't really like